I remembered, so when a website that I did recently, when I took it live, then I had, because originally it was no index. And then, so let me see, hold on. The staging site or whatever you call it was no index. But the live site that someone else did, they didn't have it set to index.
Okay.
So when I took it live, I went and said, index this new site as it was on WordPress. So then, but when I went into Google Search Console, it was still picking up no index. So I said to fix the errors, and it said validation started on April 4th.
Okay.
And it originally had affected 15 pages. So now, 10 days later, it's saying it's got 5 pages instead of 15 affected. So is it just take that time for it to do? There's nothing else I can really do.
It's the same thing, the same solution that Lavanya had, right? If there's ways to expedite this,
Okay.
if there's a way to build a link to that site, that will help.
Okay.
Right? If you add a new blog post to that can help.
Okay.
Like those kind of things can help Google come to that site more frequently.
Uh-huh. Okay.
If it's a small site, and Google does not crawl it every day.
Yeah.
Right? If it's a new site, Google doesn't crawl it every day. If it's a new site that it thought you didn't want it to be indexed, it really doesn't crawl it every day. And so it might have it in some sort of list somewhere saying, oh, these are the no index sites, and check it very rarely.
Okay.
But don't underestimate the value of a good quality link to the site to help Google say, oh, I should pay attention to that site.
When you say link to this site, so it's picking up the site, there's certain pages it's not. So do I need to have a link to that page or to the site?
I would start, because the safest link is always going to be a branded link to the homepage. Okay. If you can get a new one that's linking to the homepage, it's quality, followable, no redirect, no funny business, link to the homepage. That gives Google a reason in there, and then it can crawl the site and see, oh, these are not no index anymore. Right?
Okay.
But if it still persists, then you might try to build a link to an interior page. However, that's a lot harder to do.
Yeah.
Without being spammy.
Yeah.
Right? Because we don't want to try to trick Google in our link building. We just want to build quality links.
Yeah. Okay. I think a lot of it, whoever built the original site, I guess they set the whole entire thing to no index, and then.
Yep. Happens all the time.
Yeah.
So anecdotally, I feel like I've told you this story, but my church thinks I'm the best SEO ever, because no one ever found their website until I went in and turned that feature off on their website. And now they're like, wow, David, you're amazing. And I'm like, flip the switch.
Yeah.
So they're like, wow, they're telling everybody how awesome I'm like, I flipped the switch. So, I appreciate your support, y'all, but I flipped a switch. And then they switched to Squarespace. So, okay, well, whatever. Didn't ask me first. Point is, go, Trisha, I don't mean to rub salt in your wounds. Go to the branded link building process in the Sense and follow that for this website.
Okay.
Because what that does is it's asking who's talking about our site but not linking to us, and figuring out if there's a way that they could link to us.
Wait, what was that called?
You hadn't gotten there yet, have you? Don't you wish you would have followed the process? You'd be at you'd be at the branded link building process.
Listen, I've done the whole process not thoroughly. Whatever the opposite of that is.
Translate, I've not done the whole process.
I think she got focused on making the blogs, but not doing the link building part of it.
No, because we do have link building, but most of our link building is associated with our blog.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I've done it, just not thoroughly. Like
Follow
we just
the
had a
branded-
great article published in Autism Spectrum News, which is like
That's
a huge
amazing.
online
Wow.
publication where
That's
they
great.
link to us.
Great.
Wow.
See, that's great. And
Yeah.
but the branded link building is the easy links, right? It's the
Mhm.
someone's talking about you, but they're not linking. And so all you got to do is reach out to them and say, hey, notice that you're mentioning us. Would you mind linking to us? We'd appreciate it. And I think your users would like it. You know, that's the easy links to get. They're
Mhm.
quality.
So how do you find that?
Well, you follow the process and it tells you.
He said we had to go to Curious Ants and there's a branding section.
Branded link
It's
building.
called branded
process.
link building.
Branding link building process.
Party pants. And then when you're done with that, you do the competitor link building, which is the same thing, but you're doing it for your competitors. And you say, hey, if they can get a link, I can get a link like that. Bless you.
Thank you. For
Mhm.
allergies.
But
Whoop.
Trisha, I think that branded link building process could be exactly what this website needs.
Yeah. Okay.
And what, you know, and then you could try competitors too to find out where are they getting their links. In other words, the competitor link building process is who's talking about your competitors and could you get a link from that website too,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And the goal of Curious Ants is to do this without having to pay for extra tools. So like,
Mm-hmm.
this is a very simple process. Yeah, you could pay for Ahrefs or Majestic and you could get a lot better backlink research, but I'm trying to show you how to do it without having to pay for those expensive tools.
Yeah.
And just use the Google searches to say, hey, who's talking about me and can I get them to link? And the idea here is don't just approach these people as, hey, can I get a link? Use it as an opportunity to build a relationship with them
Yes.
and think about the partnerships that you can have and think about how you not only could you get a link, but build a relationship and maybe get in their blog and
Mhm.
work together on research projects and things like that that will produce good content for both of you and help
Yeah.
both of you out. And if you approach link building as relationship building, it's going to be a lot more successful than, hey, give me a link. Hey, give me a
Yeah.
link. Hey,
Yeah.
give me a link. You know, I get all those emails all day long. Delete,
You
delete,
get
delete,
delete.
right?
Yeah.
But if you build it like a relationship, but branded link building could be a real big help because it's an easy, simple link.
Mhm.
You know, Tricia, you're really good at citations. Some of those links count for SEO too.
Yeah, this was the first thing I want to go look at. That's one of the things I talked about in my talk this morning.
Yeah.
Um,
And you
So,
can look
yeah.
at I call it local link building,
mhm.
but it's
Yeah, I saw that.
citations. You can look at that process too and critique it and tell me
Yeah.
what I'm missing
Okay.
and improve it for everybody. But that might have some other ideas for you. Oh,
Okay.
that reminds me, we got to go. But last week we talked about, you said structured data for local listings.
Yeah.
I've realized where it is.
Yes.
It's in the SEO game plan. It's already there under the local link building process. If you download that spreadsheet that has the citations in the process, tab 2 will automatically populate with valid schema for you.
Again, I would have to
Schema.
go back and relook at this. A lot of good information.
So what you're saying is all of our questions we need to go back.
That's why I'm pushing you back into the game plan. What are you trying to ask, Allie?
I'm trying to ask because obviously I immediately did this as soon as you shamed me into it. Did I do this right? The search thing, right? So this is all basically things where we're mentioned where it's not our website, right?
Exactly.
That's
That's
good.
exactly right. So you can take the brackets off because the brackets don't really do anything. But what this is saying to Google, this is what they call an advanced search operator. We want to look for the words Grand Behavior Services, but dash means no, not from the site grandbehaviorservices.com. And so this is all the people talking about you that
Yeah.
aren't your site. So your Facebook page, okay, great. LinkedIn, okay, great. Autism Speaks, that's what you just talked about, right?
Yeah, I'm with resource.
Yeah. So the other
Indeed.
value of this
Instagram.
is not just link building, but it's what if a customer's researching your site? Who are they finding?
Mhm.
In other words,
Now,
if someone's trying to decide whether they want to work with you, what are the other sites who are talking about you and making sure they portray you in the best possible light?
Yes.
now, could you also, in theory, use this to see, like, so if I'm going to search for like ABA services in New Jersey to see what's coming up besides us? Like,
So if you were to go through the game plan, you would find something called topical link building. And it might suggest something like this.
okay.
But
Okay.
but this is not necessarily a reliable way to see who else is ranking for this phrase, because again, these Google searches are personalized based on your search history. So it's really, really hard to say objectively
Okay.
where your competitors are. But it is a good way to look at who is, for instance, who is talking about ABA services, and
Mhm.
could you build a relationship with those people, such as content, research, you know. Another great way to get links is reviews. Like, can you review someone and get a link to your site because you've reviewed them on their site?